All right. Well, we want to take some time to hear from you. So in the chat, what's something that maybe stood out to you in the data and the research? And I'm going to invite pastors Chase Tremere from Cross Timbers Church and Kurtrin Wright from I just totally blanked on one church, one community. Thank you. One community church. You were all yelling it at the screen at me. Kurtrin and Chase, welcome. I live in Flower Mound, not too far away from both of your some of your campuses, but really glad that you guys are here today to be with us. So now we're putting you on the spot because you're hearing this data for the very first time. We didn't send you anything ahead of time to look at. So really curious, just right off of the cuff, anything that really surprised you from what you heard today?
Yeah, I think I was surprised by knowing that millennials are open, being a millennial myself, but also how open they really were in all these areas. Like it seemed to be right there close to 80% of the whole life piece. And so thinking about how we can sort of pivot the things we're talking about and even connecting it back to what the church is for, not just against, and seeing how those could really connect and line up in the way that we're teaching messages.
Great. Kurtrin?
Honestly, one of the things that kind of surprised me from the get-go was just the expectation that we had as a crowd in the poll. It surprised me that we weren't more positive, expecting more positive things. So that said a lot to me, of what we as leaders kind of expect. But other than that, I think also just the sermon topics, that was kind of eye-opening for me, that people really wanted more about moral values. And I think, again, that speaks a lot, in our DFW area, being the belt buckle of the Bible Belt, that we're just known for values, and that's what people want more of. So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, more so even than tell us about Jesus, tell us about God. So
Right.
that was kind of interesting angle to look at it that way, from that perspective. What about encouragement? I mean, I was really encouraged just to hear how well people felt leadership did during the pandemic. So many of my fellow pastor friends in DFW and around the country really were just talking about how defeated they felt during this time. That was kind of encouraging to see that even the unchurched, non-church people kind of felt good about pastors' leadership. What's something that encouraged you as you were hearing the data?
Yeah, I can jump in. I was really encouraged by the fact that people still saw that the church was a place of hope. And that to me, that's amazing, because when people walk in our doors and they haven't been at church in over a year, you can see it in their eyes that this is still the one place on the planet where they believe that they can find a hope for the answers of their life. And they can't find it online, can't find it in their neighborhoods, but this is the place where hope lives. So I was really encouraged by that.
Yeah, I think on my side, obviously last year was difficult for everyone in the chat, all of us who are leaders and pastors. And so to know that we did a good job, because I think there were a lot of our members, our church folks who had strong opinions one way or the other. The church should never have closed. The church should have, that still shouldn't be open, kind of thing. And so to know that in the community we were seen as having a positive impact also, I think, helps me remember, well, what did we do then and what should we keep doing that left that kind of impact on our community?
Well, hey, thank you both for being here. I appreciate it. And yeah, the polarization that we've experienced over the last, I'm in New York right now. I walked 10 blocks wearing a mask because there was nobody out on the streets without one. So different than our experience in DFW and all of that. But yes, it's been a real grind for pastors. And so I hope some of these insights can help. But thank you so much for letting us put you on the spot today. We appreciate that.
Yep.
And continue pray for the work that you're doing in DFW through your churches. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.